Welcome back to week 2. Now, last week we said that quality service is a kept promise. This week we get really specific about how promises get made and broken, and it's all about communication. Every customer experience, from a checkout line to a chatbot, is a series of messages, and customers are reading all of them, including the ones that nobody meant to send. Now, Chapter 3 gives you all the dynamics that are happening in two-way communication in this model. So a sender encodes a message, it travels through a channel, a receiver decodes it, and feedback comes back. Simple on paper. In real service environments, though, it breaks constantly because decoding is hard. The customer is stressed. The channel is a crackly phone line or a terse chat window, and the same word can mean different things to different people. The professional move is to stop assuming that your message was received the way you sent it. Great service providers build feedback checks into everything. Let me make sure I've got this right. Here's what I'm going to do. Did that solve it? Watch for this in how your interactions happen this week. The companies that confirm understanding feel completely different from the ones that just transmit. And here's also something. This kind of communication is really helpful even in friendships because often we misunderstand each other because we accept what's being said in a different way. So checking in it's just a really good process of communication, even with your friends and loved ones or family, but really shows up in the customer experience world. Now, here's a really helpful tool that Chapter 3 gives us, and it's the difference between a provider-centered and a customer-centered language. So provider-centered language is about the company's process. So you'll have to fill out this form. That's not my department. Our policy says this. Customer-centered language carries the exact same information, but pointed at the customer's outcome. So I can get you started on this with a quick form, or let me connect you to the person who can fix this. It's the same kind of fact, but it's a completely different experience. And it really doesn't cost anything, which is why it's the first thing I look for when I audit a brand's communication. And the first thing you should look for in your communication audit assignment this week. When you find provider-centered language at one of your brand's touch points, rewrite it. That rewrite might end up on a slide in your final pitch. All right, so Chapter 4 covers everything customers read that nobody says. Facial expressions, gestures, your posture, how close someone stands to you, how an employee is dressed, the pause before an answer. And research consistently shows that when verbal and nonverbal messages are in conflict, people believe the nonverbal one. So the employee who says happy to help while sighing and looking at the clock has communicated exactly one thing, and it was not that they were happy to help. So 2 ideas for us that really upgrade this. First, culture changes the meaning of nonverbal cues, right? So eye contact, personal space, gestures, they don't translate universally. And Chapter 4 walks through the differences. Second, this is one I want you to think about in your audit. Digital channels have nonverbal communication too. A chatbot's response speed is its body language. An email's formatting is its posture. An auto reply that takes 4 days has communicated something really loudly. When you audit your brand's touch points this week, read the unspoken channels as carefully as you do the words. All right, so you want to put all of this together with a test. Do the verbal and the nonverbal messages at your brand's touch points agree? Are they saying the same thing? So a website that says we really value your time and then has a 45-minute hold is in conflict. A store that says customers first with handwritten passive-aggressive signs taped to the register is in conflict. So conflict between what's said and what's shown is one of the most common service failures there is, and it is highly fixable, which why it makes excellent material for your final project. All right, once again, Canvas has all the work you need to do for your assignments, the readings you need to do, the quizzes, and the forum. And then this part of your assignment, you're going to be working on your communication audit. So 2 real touch points from your brand that you chose. What are they saying? How are they saying it? Whether those signals are matching, and an improvement to each of those ones that you pick. And that is what your assignment is this week. So reach out with any questions, and I'm looking forward to your work.